Okay, hello everyone to One Place in Conversations. This is our second take of doing this because we had a lot of technical difficulties which were uncontrollable, but we're here today to talk for Festival Not in the Park, and we're going to be talking about different wide variety of topics coming from celebrations, misconceptions, Paralympics, and lockdown. So I am joined here with Lavinia
Hello.
and Safa.
Hello.
My first question to you both is: how's your week been?
I'm alive.
That's always a good thing.
It's all right.
It's always a good thing.
I'm just about alive myself.
Yeah, I've always been alive, I think.
Yeah, it's good to know we've all been alive.
Yeah, I've always been alive. It's been a busy week for me anyway. Yeah, busy week. We just did our 2-day workshop,
Oh
so
yes.
we're preparing for that. So yeah, and then bits and bobs working for other two organizations. So yeah, busy week.
And yeah,
Uh,
I've worked with Safe on these workshops, which actually went pretty well actually.
You did
Uh,
go quite well. Yeah,
we've been doing art workshops for the past 3 months now, 3, 4 months.
I've seen
And
those, but I've just never had the time to join because I have children. They would, they would hijack the whole situation. So
whether
yeah,
maybe we need that sometimes actually.
yeah.
no, literally the eldest Merlin, she would like creep in, smiling, then creep back out. It's like she has a sixth sense. I'm in meetings and just needs to make an appearance.
uh, cool, that's good. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
How's your week?
Yeah. How's your week? Apart from being alive. Oh, the video.
Sorry, could you say that again?
How's your week been apart from being alive?
Oh,
Like, what have you
it's
been
all
up
right.
to?
Just preparing for. It's been all right. Just preparing for school for Merlin because school starts this week. It starts tomorrow, and
Yeah.
and then yeah. So I had to because I braided her hair over the weekend, so I had to take out all the beads, all the braids, and wash her hair. And I'm like, this is too much effort just for the first day of school. And luckily, I
Yeah.
have everything done. Everything's labeled. Everything's all set.
When did the schools will go back?
So one school actually went back today because I live right opposite a school, and they went back today. But I
Oh,
think,
right. Okay.
but I think some of them go back tomorrow, and some start on Friday.
I think excuse me. I think my two nieces go back tomorrow. I think.
Yeah, but my youngest he starts on Monday because he's reception.
Okay. Okay.
But, yeah, summer flies by, doesn't it?
Summer always flies by. There's never enough time in summer.
Yeah.
But like for many parents, we wanted summer to end quick because we had the whole lockdown experience.
Oh yeah. So yeah. We had lockdown in the summer in the lockdown again.
Yeah,
Kind of.
As we talk about summer, because and lockdown, it must be totally different to previous years. Like, what would you do usually in the summer pre-lockdown?
stay indoors and not
Oh,
get.
you would.
Really?
So it's no different then.
It's no different. I actually did more this summer than I did in any other summers.
Oh, right,
How?
okay.
I don't know. I went to the theatre.
What did
I
you
went.
watch?
I went to the theatre to watch The Tiger Who Came to Tea. I went to a workshop linked with it. I was like, whoa. Like, it's like, how did I do this? I went to South Bend. I was like, what?
Okay.
It's like, what? I went to the aquarium in South Bend. I was like, how did I do this?
Yeah.
So lockdowns brought you out of your show then.
I know. I kind of like lockdown because I had an excuse to stay inside and not be expected the social norms of socializing.
So bring on the lockdown to continue, eh?
Yeah. Like minus the homeschooling.
Minus homeschooling.
A very interesting perspective because I don't think most people would say that they've gone out more during lockdown summer, but
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. How
Me,
about yourself, Faith?
huh?
How about
Me,
yourself?
my summer's been the same really. Yeah, nothing too different apart from last year when we were actually in lockdown. You know? Yeah, I mean, I don't really do much during the summer anyway, other than meet friends and whatever, you go out to eat. So yeah, pretty kind of boring summer, I guess.
Because technically we were working on these workshops actually.
Yeah, exactly. So haven't had a holiday either.
No, I did
Oh,
manage.
would you really class it as summer, as we never really had summer weather?
No,
Well,
you're right.
we had like what 3 days.
That's standard, but
Yeah.
it's more like it was warm winter.
Yeah, warm winter.
Yeah, we don't have seasons. We have winter, cold winter, wet winter, and warm winter.
Yeah.
Yes. I said the same. I said the exact equivalent to some people a couple of weeks ago. I was they were from Brazil, so they were talking about the hot weather there, and I was saying there's complete opposite here. Explaining our weather.
But I think in Brazil, is it Brazil or Australia? But isn't when we have summer, they have winter.
I think so.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
I think
reversed
about
or
that.
something.
But
Okay.
their winter isn't really winter.
No, it's warm winter.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you're
these
like
because usually I don't know, 2019, I did go out quite a lot. I've traveled, I went to a few festivals.
what, you're in lockdown?
No, 2019.
Oh, sorry, 2019.
Yeah, 2019. I went quite a bit, but yeah, the past two, I think it's the first time I've slowed down during the summer because it's not like I want to go out, but I get invited and opportunities come up usually. So because everything was postponed or wasn't happening, it was the first time I could just think about summer
Yeah,
because it usually just rushes by because I've been so busy. So yeah, it's a nice step back summer.
apart from
So
work.
yeah, apart from work, just a lot of work and podcasts not working. So
And podcasting, no what? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but we're here. We're here.
Oh well,
Round two.
we're here around to live to see another day. Yeah.
So yeah, speaking about also celebrations in summer, how about Christmas? How was that different?
What you mean, the upcoming Christmas? Like, because it's September. It's too early to speak about Christmas.
I'm talking about last year.
Oh, you mean last Christmas? Well, last Christmas was the first Christmas I had a proper Christmas tree. So,
Oh right, okay.
like, lockdown is bringing out a lot of firsts for me.
Yeah, I know. This is. We're so glad to have you today.
No.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it was quite a unique Christmas tree. It's like a nice pink one with like little snow bits on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But it's kind of odd, like, thinking at how I'm going to put the Christmas tree back in because it means I have to reorganize everything.
You still got it out?
No, I packed it
okay.
away. It's in a box in the hallway.
Oh,
okay.
But like when I'm looking at where it was before now,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to put it back there because it means I have to move everything again.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
And why? Do you say it was pink?
Yes,
Why pink?
because that was the only one available.
Right, okay.
A pink Christmas tree.
Yeah, because why not?
No, I agree.
Madeline was happy because she loves pink.
Hmm.
So, but now I'm in demands of having a blue one this year. I was like, that's not how Christmas trees work. You buy one for good.
Yeah, it's true. I want a
Right.
pink Christmas tree now.
And a pink Christmas tree now. Maybe you can have Lavinia's one.
Yeah, and you can have it like as an all day tree, like an all seasons tree, all holidays. So you decorate with Christmas, then you bring it down. New Year's, bring it down. Easter, bring it down. Halloween, bring it down.
I think I'll just keep it up.
Well, the tree. Keep the tree up.
Yeah, keep the tree up. Just put different decorations on it throughout the year.
Yeah.
Put St.
Yeah,
Patrick's Day celebrations on it.
I think people should do that. I think people should do that.
I think there's actually people who do keep their Christmas tree up all year.
No way.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Really?
Yeah.
There's people who even put their Christmas tree up in like October, right after Halloween.
That's the scary. That's the scary. That's the scary.
Those are the scary people. It's either that or it's when you walk into Poundland and you have Halloween and Christmas like side by side on the aisle, and you're like, you literally felt like you're walking in the Nightmare Before Christmas.
You're confused. What season are we in now?
Yeah. And you know Christmas is coming up because you start hearing the songs and you're like, oh God, capitalism.
Yeah. Yeah, you start hearing it in the shops and it's okay, it's time.
It's time. And then you realize like, oh, I'm hocus pocus.
Yeah, Hocus. I know that one.
I was in TK Maxx and I started seeing Halloween decorations being put up. So.
Oh yeah, I saw them right by the door.
Already?
Yeah.
Halloween's only next month.
What's up? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the first day of September.
Yeah.
I still think it's a bit early.
October.
I saw on Facebook that someone went into a shop and they saw Christmas decorations being put up in the shop.
What?
Like,
Now?
Yes, like Christmas stuff to sell now.
Oh my
Christmas
gosh.
cards. Well, I'm sure Poundland I've got Christmas decorations in already.
I think they have them there all year round.
I think it's just stored in the back and they bring it out like bit by bit to see if we notice it until it's fully Christmas.
Yeah.
Especially now they have their own like elf in the shelf kind of thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like those elves scare me like no tomorrow, but
Get your decorations now in September before they get sold out.
Yeah, they're probably preparing for the mad rush. Like,
I know
Yeah.
I always wait till like near the end, then they're like 25p in Wilco. Like the foil ones, like
yeah.
How do you keep your decorations up?
I normally get someone to nail it to the wall. Or I think I have loads of nails in the ceiling right now, so those are my landmarks for where they go this year. It's just gonna be the same. Can't be a classic.
At least you're prepared.
Exactly.
I know, strangely for once.
Yeah.
Well, you can thank lockdown for that, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Seth, how do you do Christmas? Do you do celebrate Christmas?
No, I don't celebrate Christmas, so I don't do anything special. Really, no.
Do you at least have the presents and and the traditional tub of sweets.
I have a tub of sweets all year round. To be honest, I got a tub of sweets in my drawer right here.
Oh, God. But do you have the really bougie celebrations or the roses or quality streets where they keep shrinking in size every year?
Yeah. Quality street, always shrink. Yeah. But the thing is, right? Always the best ones shrink first.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I only eat the purple.
Oh, what, the nut caramel
The
one?
light caramel one. Yeah.
No, I like the triangles, and
Yeah.
you're lucky if you find one these days.
I like the strawberry
Why is that?
one.
Because you've taken them all, or somebody else?
No, like even when you open them brand new, you're lucky. It's like a lucky dip or like a scratch card. You're lucky if you can find one.
Yeah, no, I'm not too fussed about the green triangle. I like the purple nut ones. I like my nuts, so yeah. You know.
Thanks for sharing.
I just want to put it out there.
Appreciate it.
Oh, we know what to get you for Christmas.
Yes, nuts.
We'll get you all different types of nuts.
Yeah. What about you? What are you, Isaac?
Well, first of all, I don't do it because of the nuts.
You know.
No, I'll leave that to you. Yeah, the Christmas just gone was a lot different because no one came over. We usually get together as a family, and we did it over Zoom. So we had a Zoom Christmas. When it was dinner time, we all just got onto Zoom and wished everyone a Merry Christmas, which was totally different. Yeah, it was just different, just a different experience. Can't say it wasn't a bad thing. Sometimes it's nice just to be like the smaller family rather than everyone coming over. But but there is that you do miss the family time together.
No. It's less.
No.
It's less food being cooked. Less food being cooked. Like it's either you spend 5 hours in the kitchen cooking for everyone, or you spend 1 hour just cooking for the people you have there.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Or
you just do what they do in Japan, buy a KFC bucket and have it the next day.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Well, sea bucket.
Yeah, in Japan they have KFC for Christmas.
Oh, really?
Because that's the only thing they have for turkey, apparently.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Wow.
Yeah, like if you watch this anime, All Purpose something Nuku, Cat Girl Nuku, the first scene is it's Christmas Day and they have KFC bucket. Then you see like some shooting going down, and a cat goes, and then the cat turns into a humanoid robot.
I'll have to watch this Nuki.
Yeah, I think I will too. Just to see this KFC bucket.
Yeah.
But they called it something, I think they called it SFC or something like that. They changed it just so they don't get the lawsuit.
But was it the same colors?
Similar colors. And it's a bucket.
Right.
Does it look like chicken? Does it look like chicken?
Yes.
Interesting. So since you don't do Christmas, what celebrations do you do? And how was that different during lockdown?
Eid.
Okay.
We have Eid. It was different during lockdown only because we weren't allowed to go to family houses, so it was just, it was just family living, who I was living with. So, but generally, I would have my uncle's family come over. We'd have lunch, dinner and spend kind of half a day to in with us, with our family from up north come over, or I would go up north. So we didn't have any of that. So that was different. Um, so yeah, I did miss that. But at the same time, I was I didn't mind it too much because I'm not a big social person with family. You
Mm.
know, I like to. Yeah,
I find it's like quite nice because it's less pressure,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah.
but it's sort of see the hypocrisy in like the whole with the whole government like Diwali no meetup, Eid no meetup, Christmas we'll do everything in our power
Yeah,
to have that
get it up.
Christmas bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that was quite annoying because some people did kind of find that a bit hypocritical.
It's extremely hypocritical.
Very,
Yeah,
very.
Because
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's meant to be like we're a Christian country, but then it's more like we're more multicultural now, especially like
yeah,
Mm.
our government. It's different
exactly, exactly.
nationalities and all that, and you assume that they would take into consideration to either not have the Christmas bubble at all.
Yeah, yeah.
I was quite enjoying like the whole like even if they say like yeah we can have that 5 days of Christmas or something. I was like no, no one's coming.
Yeah, nobody come, please.
No, only my mom would be around. I'm like no, no, no,
Yeah.
no, Christmas, please.
Damn you, Boris.
Yeah, no.
No, yeah, when he said like, "Oh, you can only have one day," I was like, "Oh, darn, Boris."
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was different. It was different. Um,
Yeah, it was a it's a weird but sort of like soothing experience.
Mm.
I like my quiet Christmases, listening to random. Like I actually started to appreciate the Christmas songs on that day. And I was like, huh, okay.
yeah,
And then you realize how weird some of them are.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
We actually had the chance to listen to them.
Yeah, and appreciate and their weirdness. And now when you look onto like Christmas songs, like they're not the same anymore.
Yes,
That's
very
true.
true. Very
Very
true.
true.
It's like where's my like random seeing Santa yelling at me that it's Christmas
Yeah.
or that they wish it's Christmas every day? Where's my random Womble singing?
It's Christmas. Yeah.
Oh man.
So that's my kids. They wake up, it's Christmas. I'm like, I know, I don't need the reminder.
Yeah, classic.
So if it wasn't for family, I just treat Christmas as just another day, really. My mom's not really a big person who does celebrations anyway, so she's fine not doing anything. It's just like I'll just treat it like another day, really. Um,
It's true. It's true.
It is
but you know,
especially when you look into the history of Christmas and how I just remember how Christmas was spoiled for many of us in school. It's like, did you know that Christmas was actually a Roman holiday and it's for the person Mithras? And I was like, oh, tell me more. Tell me what spoiled my Christmas.
yeah. Sometimes not knowing the history is better.
I know. All I know is that Christmas is always about the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Mm-hmm.
That's or Die Hard. It's one of those Christmas movies.
Oh yeah, Die Hard. Yeah, that's a good film for Christmas.
Yeah, the Muppets. You know it's Christmas when you see the Muppets on TV. You know it.
No, you know it's Christmas when you see the Coca-Cola trucks.
Yeah, that's the word.
That's when you know it's Christmas.
I remember when they came to Romford, and I was like everything was just so expensive. I was like, just to see a truck.
It's not any old truck. It's like the It's a big Father Christmas holding a can of bottle of Coke.
Well,
Fun fact: Father Christmas used to wear green until like Coca-Cola. I think it's 1930 something. The artist there, he changed it to red to match with Coca-Cola. I know.
Really?
I thought it was blue.
No, it's green beforehand. It's either blue is for like the Eastern Europeans. They have their
Okay.
own kind of Santa.
Right, okay.
Hold
But
on a minute. Is this for real?
fun fact: he would wear green or like tan.
Really?
I didn't know about the green. I knew about the blue, but that's interesting.
Yeah, blue is more of the Eastern European one.
Hold on. Now you're gonna tell me Father Christmas doesn't exist.
He did once upon a time. He was a man called Saint Nicholas. He survives now. I'd like to know his skincare routine, and his diet.
His diet.
Well, he must be doing something right if he's lasting so long.
You know.
It's very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Up there with the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny.
Eat the bunny. Don't even stop and eat the bunny.
But yes, anyway, let's move on for Christmas. So this week, the Paralympics ends on the 5th of September. And this will be released tomorrow on the 2nd of September. Has anyone been watching the Paralympics?
I haven't even been watching it. It's so difficult with the time zone of Japan.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's just like, even when you watch it, even when the main Olympics was on, it was just only what you get in the news. But I remember, I just caught some bits. I watched I think it was wheelchair rugby. I think it was New Zealand versus America, I think.
Okay.
And you see them do the haka. That was quite nice to see.
Wow.
I think that's the only bit with the Paralympics grasp or hold off. But other than that, it's just so hard to catch onto it. But the Paralympics doesn't get enough hype compared to the main Olympics.
Yes, yeah. Because we did speak about that the last podcast we did, and I asked the question: should the Olympics and Paralympics be merged into one?
I think if they done a Olympics and a Paralympics, and they do one where you have a mixed team, and
Mixed
that way,
teams.
yeah, because then it it highlights the strengths of both instead of just of one, because everyone will focus more on the Olympics because of the strengths, and the other bits it's just and also they get more funding from commercials and stuff like that as well, and people are more likely to remember their names.
Because actually, it's just because when we did have the previous conversation, we've had a new perspective to the conversation. Because we didn't speak about having a merged team, which
Yeah.
would be quite good.
Yeah. But no, I haven't watched it as much as I watched the Olympics. To be honest with you, only because for me, similar to Zelvina, the time difference is the Paralympics is only on Channel 4, and it's only on at 1 o'clock at night in the morning.
That's ridiculous.
And you're lucky if you get some in the day.
Yeah. There's no highlight show. There's no.
Well, there's no highlights for it.
No, there's no red buttons that you can watch. Watch.
Even with the news, when we had the Olympics, the news was just Olympic news, and then afterward it would be world news. But you don't get that same treatment with the Paralympics. It's it's totally different treatment.
Wow.
It's the Olympics is prioritized, but the Paralympics isn't. And there's some people who don't see a point in the Paralympics because of it, and that's the problem, is the commercialization of it. No, it doesn't get the reason why no one's watching it, because it's not being advertised enough.
and then you get people complaining that we don't, there's not several people doing anything on TV or in sport or what have you. It's because nobody knows about it. Nobody.
Yeah, it's not
It's
really.
just not out.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I mean, with the Olympics, it was on the BBC all day. It was on the Red Button all day. It was on Eurosport.
Amazon.
It was on. I don't know whether it was on Amazon. Oh,
Yeah, I think.
it was on. No, it was on the Discovery Plus,
Oh, okay.
the new channel. But Eurosport's coverage was really, really good because I would sit there during the day and just watch it on Eurosport on their Red Button. They had every single event, even if it wasn't live. You could choose what event you wanted to watch,
Okay.
and then you could watch it. So
Yeah, I have YouTube for that.
well, yeah.
I just YouTube Tokyo gymnastics because that's all I like. I like the gymnastics. I like the
Yeah, I like to.
Hmm.
yeah the Merlin's gone into seeing the synchronized swimming.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's so funny when you see the Paralympics, how you see like what giant nerds they are in the Olympics. Like everyone has made some reference to different animes. Like I can't remember what team it was, but one of them done it's synchronized acrobatic on the floor where they throw up a ball in the air or whatever.
Right.
But one of it was just dedicated to Sailor Moon.
All
Oh,
right.
really?
Yeah, and it was just so amazing. Like even the costume was linked with like dedicated to Sailor Moon as well. And I was like, oh, you giant nerds! I love it.
So, do you watch a lot of anime?
Yes, I love the stuff. I don't get much chance to watch it now because I have children that walk in like, oh, cartoons. No, not for you.
Yeah.
But like it's really terrible because there's one that looks so innocent, but it's not. And that's like Madoka Magica, and you've got these like girls, like magical girls, granting wishes, defeating witches, but what turns out is that the magical girls, if they don't cleanse their crystals, they turn into witches. So the magical girls that they were fighting with had to defeat them.
Right.
It's very, very dark in the end.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're like, oh no, why? You look so cute. Why are you so deadly? And you go like, my twist.
Because I was watching on Netflix Seven Deadly Sins.
I've heard of that. I have not seen it.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not a good one for your children to watch. There's some moments where it's a bit much.
No, they're currently into Pokemon, Sailor Moon.
Okay.
Because Channel 4 also have some anime on as well on all four.
Really?
Yeah, they got Kill la Kill,
Yeah.
not suitable for children.
Okay.
And they were sitting there watching it with me. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Cardcaptor Sakura, suitable for children.
Okay.
And it's the 90s one that I sort of grew up with. I was like, yeah, but it's a different dub. I'm like, no, Mommy, it's not the same song. And then on Netflix, I got into like Studio Ghibli films.
Mm.
Yeah.
So like, I was like, yeah, we can watch like Howl's Moving Castle. And then when it came to some scary bits, they're like, I don't like it. I was like, mate, you watch Transformers. Like you can't. Like you can't complain. You watch X, Y, and Z, and then you complain this is scary. It's like you watch Labyrinth and you watch The Dark Crystal and you did not complain.
I've heard about the Dark Crystal.
The thing is, when I watched The Dark Crystal as a child, the Skeksis didn't scare me. It was the Gelflings.
Yeah. I haven't watched it, but I was watching on YouTube of an animator talking about it. And it looked like an interesting show.
It's a really good show. It's sometimes you just gotta get used to the voices because you have. I'm trying to remember who's in it. You got some very London voices in it, and you're like, whoa.
Have you heard of that, Safe?
No, I can't say I have.
Dark Crystal.
It's really good, and when you watch the behind the scenes one, you're just like, what? Like all the Skeksis voices are great because you got Mark Hamill in it. Andy Samberg is one of them. Yeah. Simon Pegg is in it as well. So
Wow.
you're just like, and you just look at like their poor voices.
It's just a weird puppet kind of show.
Well,
Well,
it's
actually, movie
fun
wasn't
fact,
it?
it's done by the same people who made the Muppets
Oh wow, okay.
under the same company, yeah, and the same company who done Sesame Street.
I don't know what went wrong then.
Oh no, it's Jim Henson done like a collaboration with Brian Froud, who had done illustrations, and they based it off the illustrations. And his wife, Wendy Froud, was actually the puppeteer for Yoda in the original films of Star Wars. I have just random knowledge. So,
Yeah.
and in Labyrinth, the baby in Labyrinth is Brian and Wendy Froud's son, Toby, who became a puppeteer as well.
Interesting.
This knowledge.
Interesting.
Yes, it's not useful at all, but it works.
Cool.
Wow.
Cool. All right. I'm wondering where to take this conversation next.
Hard to follow after that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
This podcast is definitely taking a lot more turns than the last one.
It's a rabbit hole.
We need you on all our podcasts, Lavinia.
yeah, I think so.
You make it interesting.
Fun facts. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I have on my thing about social media and wondering if it's a blessing or curse, which during lockdown. Thoughts on that? Knowing that like Zoom was good and Facebook kept us connected, but then we had the rise of fake news. So
Here's a question.
okay.
Did we have Zoom before COVID?
Yes.
When did Zoom actually come out?
I'm going to search that right now.
Let's Google that.
Googling it.
I know we had it before because I was doing Zoom lessons.
Because I've never heard of Zoom before. Before COVID, I don't think I've ever heard of Zoom. So I'm just wondering.
2012. Wow.
2012.
September 10th, 2012.
No way.
Yeah.
It's an old baby.
That's crazy though, isn't it?
It's 9 years old.
Wow.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's another useless fact.
Yeah, but that's like when you tell kids like I'm older than Google.
Yeah.
It's like, did you know I'm older than Zoom as well?
Yeah.
It's like I'm older than Facebook as well. Can you believe that? It's like I'm that old.
But the next question to that is, it's like, how did Zoom just pop off then when no one knew about it?
Exactly. That's what
I think like some people knew about it. Like you know those people who would do the FedEx stuff, like to try and get you into stocks and all that, and they do those lessons.
Right.
Because that's how I knew about Zoom. I was
Okay.
download it on my laptop, and now I just never took it off.
Oh, okay. So wait. So you were using it before?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, it was like really bizarre. I was like, oh, hi Zoom. And because before I would have just Skyped. I was like,
Yeah. Yes, because Skype was big, and then no one uses it now.
no, it's because they done an update.
Yeah.
And with the update, it was just so infuriating to use.
Mm-hmm.
And then it died out. And everyone jumped to Discord.
Oh yes, yeah. I've only used that once.
Yeah, but hold on. Discord isn't a video.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you can because it's for gaming, so you could like do game streams.
Yeah, you can use video and voice.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I thought Discord was just conversations, and yeah.
there's many times where I've fallen asleep in voice calls
Oh, really?
because all my friends are in America, so I've fallen asleep through many calls.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm on Discord, some Discord groups, but I didn't know it was video thing. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
What I found annoying about social media was like, you know, all the social media influencers, or because you have almost everyone you know, you see their business and you see how infuriating they could be. Like, oh, I'm going to this festival. No, you should not be going to that festival.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, oh, I'm on holiday. It's like, no, you should not be on a plane. Why? Come back. Actually, stay there. We don't want you.
Yeah. You see it both ways.
Oh, and you see, like, you know, when we had the Black Lives Matter protest.
Oh yes, yeah.
And you just see all the things, and you're there looking like, you know, they're gonna blame that.
Mm.
And I was like, beware, everyone, you're gonna be blamed when it's not your fault entirely.
Yeah.
And like, especially when you see like people having parties and going out, and I'm just like,
I know, that was insane.
Then I just added to the list of people not to socialize with.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are like, you don't come out anymore. It's like, I never did, but this is
But the thing is, I'm not even a party person, but you know, just seeing that was like, why?
Yeah. Like I think I've been to my first party this year since, and it was like fair. What they done is they split into 3 different times. So like so they had some for like the child's friends from school, then they done it for family members with small children. Then the last time, so it's like for anyone over 11, like 18 plus. And I'm like, I'm going to the under 11 one because I know hardly anyone's going to be there. Everyone's going to be adults and watching football. I'm not into that.
Yeah, parties just never really appealed to me.
I don't mind like the parties where it's just more like you're chilling, like but not like the dead, like, oh, we must drink, we must do this.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm all the one. Let me just chill in my corner and watch you all do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to remember what I went to rather than people having hangovers and all that. I just don't get it.
Or people texting you like, why did you do that last night? It's like, what did I do? Like, please elaborate.
Yeah, very true.
I'm not really a party person either.
Yeah.
I'm sort of ready when it's like birthdays, and I'm just thankful with lockdown it's not been any birthdays for the kids. Like, no parties.
Yes. Yeah, very true.
It's a party of us.
A party of us.
And because next month is Kelson's 5th birthday, and I'm dreading it. I'm like, he's like, I want a Transformers party. I was like, meh. And then Merlin's like, I want a Horrible History's birthday party.
No, I didn't say that.
You did last year.
I said Teen Titans Go and the LOL party.
Okay.
And I want Transformers. I want Justin Jin and Cheetor. Just those.
Okay.
And a mini Frostor, designer one. And a normal one.
So nothing much, Kelson. Yeah, so like they change their mind all the time of what type of party they want.
Mummy, I
Right.
4 things.
Okay.
It's like,
And then in January it's like Erin's first birthday. I'm like, I'm dreading that.
Right.
Because I always keep it to family. But the thing is with Erin, she has a big family.
Right.
And I'm like, darn.
Okay.
So,
It seems like it's always go in your household then.
yeah, it's like there's birthdays all the time. I just gave up taking off the birthday banner on the door.
Oh, right.
Like even on my wall, there was like a birthday banner for like 3 months. I think actually from October there was one, and I didn't take it down until about April.
Wow.
Because that's when like almost everyone's birthday was over.
Right.
Nobody's birthday after April then.
No,
No.
like not in
Right.
this household.
Not
No.
like
Right. So yeah, we've had very interesting conversations from celebrations, birthdays, anime, yeah, and so many other things. Dark Crystal. Any final words? Actually, no. Before we finish, you said the question before we started about festival not in the park. Will we ever go back to the
Yeah,
park?
will we ever go back into the park?
Yeah, yeah. What's everyone's thoughts on that?
Well, will we or would we like to?
Both.
Yes, I think we will go back in the park.
Because you've never done it, have you, Safe?
I've never festival in the park.
Bless you.
Bless
Thank
you. No, I've never done festival in the park before.
Hmm.
No, because I've not been involved before. So it would be good to experience that. I think we will. I'm sure we will. But the question is when.
Yes.
Well, if we're allowed fun fairs in the park, we should surely be
Well,
at a festival in
It's very
the
true.
park.
you know what I
It's
mean?
very true.
Yeah,
It's very true.
yeah.
Very, very
I
true.
mean, how busy were the fun fairs? Did you go?
Very busy.
Were they? Okay.
Yeah, it could get quite busy.
Like even when I went to Southend, you know, like the big amusement park in Southend.
Yeah.
I only walked through that. I regretted it. I was like, "There's too many people."
Okay. Well, then I think festival should be allowed. Then we should.
Because I've seen some festivals being packed recently. It's like
Yeah. No, I think it was it this weekend. It was like Dreamland and Wonderland because
Yeah.
normally
yes.
because like this year it would normally be like Notting Hill Carnival. So I think that's like that's the plan B for Notting Hill Carnival.
yeah.
and those were packed, and I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing, then, isn't it? If the fun fairs were allowed in the park, then how come carnival wasn't allowed?
I don't know.
And it's really weird. It's like they picked and choose.
Because they could easily have, well, I don't know how easily, but they could have systemized it where they could still have the parade, but not,
But then you don't get the carnival experience.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I've seen so many like videos on Instagram. Them singers like, I want my shorts shaking in front. I was like, carnival. I was like, whoa, hello. I was like, is that all you miss from carnival?
yeah, that's what I miss from carnival.
Are you sure it's not the nuts that you get for free?
Yeah, I was about to
I don't know.
Yeah, I went to my first ever carnival in 2019, and yeah, it was such a big culture. It was such a big culture.
Yeah, like you literally step into a different culture compared to like when I look at it, I was like, I want to go, but I don't feel comfortable. There's too many people. There's like, well, then my partner's like, oh, let's go. I'm like, I don't want to go. There's too many people. Why are you making me be social? Like, can't I just hide in my corner under my blanket with my laptop?
Very busy in it. Yeah, no, I did Notting Hill Carnival about 4 years ago, I think.
Right.
3 or 4 years ago I did it.
I thought you were going to say 4 years in a row.
No, no. No, not 4 years in a row. No, about 4 years ago I did it.
It's like one of those questions, like, are you a true Londoner if you haven't been to kind of like Notting Hill Carnival?
Mm.
And it's like 29 years of my existence that I haven't been. I was like, I'm not a Londoner.
No, Londoner. No.
Even though my dad doesn't believe I'm a Londoner because I'm born in Barking anyway. So he's like, "Oh, you've got Essex," and I was like, it's like I don't know if I should be offended or grateful for that.
Yeah. No. So yeah, I think so. The answer for me is yeah. We will go back in the park. What about you?
Yeah, I would hope so, but as things have gone this year, it definitely will happen next year. Because what really annoyed me about last year and this year, I was actually on the planning group of making it happen, and then when it said we can't go ahead, I was like, oh, like I was planning on it being like the biggest one yet. So next year, it's gonna happen.
Next year we'll make it the biggest one yet.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone's just gonna be flocking and like socializing. But I never experienced like the festival in the park. I think 2019 or I can't remember. I just remember seeing it like on later on social media. I was like, oh, I missed it.
Have you ever been to one?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
So I would like to experience one.
Yeah, you should.
If I can't experience Notting Hill Carnival, I want to experience Festival in the Park.
Yeah. I think that's a better experience, really, but
Yeah.
I might be a bit biased, but anyway.
It would be nice.
Yeah, no, cool. And Safer, you need to come as well.
Yeah. I've not experienced it either, so yeah, it will be nice.
It'll be our first.
Virgins. I'm a virgin.
Festival virgins.
Festival
Festival
virgin. On that note,
on that virgin note, yeah.
On that virgin note, yeah, I think we've had a great conversation. Thank you both, Safer and Lavinia, for chatting today about different topics. And yeah, it's been great. One place in conversations. We hope to do a lot more going forward. Probably doing it in StreamYard and not face to face because we're not too good at that yet.
You know, like when you see face to face, you're like touching, like, are you real?
Yeah, that's that
Like,
too.
is this real life? Is it just fantasy?
There's a song in there somewhere.
There's a song in everything.
Yeah, there is. Lyrics can be put anywhere. But yeah, thank you so much. And thank you everyone who is listening to this podcast for the virtual festival Not in the Park. We hope you've enjoyed. Please like what we've done and give us comments on what you might want us to talk about next time. So yes,
And
thank you everyone.
Do you think as well if the festival in the park will happen?
Oh yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Do you think it will happen next year?
Well, if not, we're gonna make sure it happens. We'll just do our own. We'll start with a picnic first. It's like we'll be
Yeah.
like little picnic, and then have everyone.
Wow.
Yes, everyone will bring their own picnic blankets and do our own little festival. And everyone comes out like any authorities like, this is a festival. No, sir, this is a picnic. Can't you see? We're just picnics, you know.
Yeah.
We're having our separate picnics.
Yeah, like with different stories. This is our picnic.
That was Kevin. Was it Kevin Costner? I think Kevin Costner once said in the film, "If you build it, they will grow." So, yeah.
That's a nice way to end it on. End it on the quote.
If you build it, they will grow. It will grow. Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Well, thank you and see you. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.